Mark, come on back up, and we're going to get into our next session.
Cool. Thanks, Joe. Okay, let's rock on. Where are we at? Okay, so going through the questions, there's a fair bit to think on and dwell on. So I know that this time is probably just short to be able to get you scratching the surface, but really encourage you to take the time and sit down and go through this properly. Do it as a devotional if you need to, and just sit down with God and go, God, help me plan out my life for the next however many months. Talk to me of where I need to be and what I need to do, and just reveal what you need to reveal to get me to the next step, whatever that looks like for you, and really take time to fill it out properly. Okay? Now that little segment that I did is normally about 5 coaching sessions that are an hour each. So I've crammed that all into an hour for you so you can go home and do it yourself. Cool. Okay, so now confidence and self-belief. I've got a video that I'm going to show to you. You've got to have confidence in yourself and belief in yourself and your business and your photography and your product and your graphic design and your singing ability. You've got to have that steadfast confidence that you know that you can get the job done and that you don't doubt yourself. But the thing that holds us back and the doubting is sometimes the anxiety that pulls you back, which makes you stop and not really live the life that you should be because it's scary. We're going to watch a quick video and then we're going to crack into it.
Expecting you. What? Don't tell me you don't recognize me. Oh, still don't know, are you? Let me try and help you with that. I'm the ill ease that you feel when you walk into a crowded room. You know, the hot and cold flushes that confuse you when you're already confused enough. I am the one that raises the whip to your already racing heart. I am the tightening of your chest, the snowballing worries that feel like they might become an avalanche and can just bury you in an instant. My friend, I am the obsessive and the compulsive. I'm the voice, you know the one. It's always questioning everything you do, everything you think. And I am every single staring eye that watches you. And every one of those places that you try so desperately to avoid. So, now that we have become acquainted, what are you going to do about it?
I love that. Now that we've become acquainted, what are you going to do about it? Oh, it's a bit of a... It's one of those videos that you watch and get a little bit uncomfortable at the same time. Because if you do suffer from anxiety and you do have self-confidence issues, it becomes a real blockage in your life. So what is anxiety? A feeling of worry, nervousness, and unease about something with an uncertain outcome. Thank you very much, Mr. Doodle. So, what does that mean to you? Now, this is a real issue. Anxiety is a real serious issue, and if you do have anxiety, and if this is true to you, I suggest that you speak to Pastor Joe, and he can help you to direct you to the professional help that you need. But I'm also aware that through my life coaching and business coaching, that it's quite trendy to say that you're socially awkward. It's quite trendy to say, oh, look, I'm just an introvert. I don't really need to do that. And it's quite easy to kind of tap out on dealing with stuff because you just don't feel like it. And that's the hard part, because anxiety and fear absolutely robs you of living your life and the potential that you want to live because you're afraid to do it. It's scary. I'm going to Vegas. I still love saying that. And I'm absolutely petrified. I'm going to be up on stage speaking to hundreds of people who have got no idea who I am, and I'm just praying that I'm going to get through it okay. But you know what? It won't hold me back. It's not going to rob me for what I need to do. Now, if fear and anxiety hold me back, I wouldn't have done the speech therapy course because I just don't feel like it and I'm uncomfortable. I wouldn't have moved to the Whitsundays to get a job on a boat that I have to actually talk to people because I just wanted to tap out and go, you know what, nah, I don't think I need to. I wouldn't have joined the gym and worked, overcome my fear of a phone call when it rings, it just freaks me out. And I wouldn't be able to continue and do the things that I needed to do because I had to deal with my stuff. And the thing is that long-term, avoidance of things is not good for you at all. In the long term, you can't avoid uncomfortable situations. I can't avoid someone going, hi, what's your name? It's bound to happen. Even James last night, Pastor James, go, hi, I'm James. And I'm like, And lucky that the music was on so loud that he couldn't actually hear me get through the first few ums until I got into Mark. Because it's just, I can't avoid these situations that we have. Avoidance will restrict my lifestyle. It's so easy for me to not talk on the phone. It's so easy for me to not go to a networking event. It's really easy for me just to sit at home on Facebook and computer and kind of hide. And you'll never decrease your anxiety if you avoid it. I can tell you now, the first days on the boat was a nightmare. The first days on the phone was a nightmare. The first time I ever did a presentation like this was a nightmare. Like, I did not step into these things back in the day excited. I'm technically nervous, let's just put it that way. But, you know what? If I don't do these things, I don't get to share what I'm truly passionate about. If you're a photographer and you love being a photographer and you go to a networking night and all you do is go, hi, I'm Mark, I'm a photographer. And they're like, that's nice. And I'm like, yep, that's what I do. And people are like Bessie's face now going, okay, all right, well, photographer. But if you can step into a room as nervous as you are, meeting business people and go, I'm a photographer, I'm super passionate about taking photos of families and people and showing connection. I love the light and I love the technique and I love to be able to capture the moments of your family. That's going to rub off on them and that's going to want them to book you because you're passionate about what you do. So be passionate about the things that you can offer. Now, the part that, did you know that nervousness and excitement have the same physiological effect on the body? Now, the psychologist in the room who I was talking to, where did she go? She's hiding. Oh, there you are. Cool. Well, This is exactly what I was kind of talking about. Nervousness and excitement have the same physiological effect on the body. Heart racing, sweaty palms, nervousness, agitating, needing to pee. Like, it has the same effect on you. So we're going to do a quick exercise, okay? I want you just to sit back and relax for a second. As lovingly as you are putting your arm around each other, just sit into your own space. Okay? Now, I want you to go with me, and I want you to experience for yourself that the nervousness and excitement has the same feeling on your body. Okay? So, I want you to close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Just relax. Can you remember a specific time that you felt extremely nervous? Remember that time. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel how you were feeling when you were so extremely nervous. Okay, eyes open. Very cool. Who's looking forward to eating lunch? Oh, 3 of you, okay. Now, I can see your body language when you're nervous. Some of you are biting your lip a little bit, getting uncomfortable, all right? Now let's go the other way. I want you to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Once you remember a time, a specific time that you were super excited, a time that you were so excited that you will see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel how you feel of that time of being so excited. And open your eyes. Standing from the stage, this is awesome. Because the nervousness is like, excitement's like. Who felt the same on both effects? That unease, that excitement, that feeling of being a little bit nervous. Look, there's not enough time to really get into it properly, but it has the same effect on your body. And the fun part about this is you can alter these effects that you have of nervousness and excitement by connecting your mind and your body to read the same way. Because your body's going to feel the same. The only difference is how we're thinking about the situation that we're going to go into. Now, you can alter the way that you think about a situation, as freaky as that sounds. There's a coaching term called reframing. It's a technique that used to help create a different way of looking at a situation by changing the perspective in order to see a positive alternative. You might be going for a job, right? And you're in the room, you're in the hallway with 3 other people. And you look around and you're like, wow, those guys look pretty smart. I like their clothes, good shoes. They're a lot older than me. They're probably more experienced than me. I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I here for? Like, I've only just finished my uni and I know they're looking for a senior person and I'm trying to really not that person and it's kind of like, I'm not too sure. Reframe that. Stand on this side and go, okay, there's 3 people here. Cool. Out of all the hundreds of applicants they got, I'm the top 3. I am here for a reason. I've spoken to them on the phone. We had a great conversation about what we're doing. They know I'm not as senior as the other people, and I believe I'm going to go get that job. Just think of it from another perspective. I sit there and go, you know what? Oh, I really want to start a business, but I don't really know where to start. You know, I don't really know what to do, and I don't really know how to process it. I know that I love photography and I really want to start shooting, but I got asked by someone to take photos at a family and I just don't really, feel as confident. Reframe it. Goes, oh, I'm so glad this person asked me to take the photos. They know that I'm just starting out, I'm portfolio building, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I take the time to really look at the locations that we're going to, and I'm really going to plan it out, and I'm going to make sure this family have an awesome experience. Get your headspace in a different space. Really when you come to these events, oh yeah, another church retreat. If you've been in church for quite a while, it's like, oh yeah, I guess I should go. Come with an expecting heart. Let's accelerate into 2018. You might have been brought up in a Christian home and you've gone to so many camps and churches, it's ridiculous, but you know that this is where the change happens because you've experienced before. If you haven't been at these events, immerse yourself in it. Just go in hook, line and sinker and get yourself in the right headspace. Now, that's the worldly way of saying it. The other way is don't be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When you look at these things, you might go, you know what? I've got to look at it at a different perspective. When I come up on the stage, now you know my backstory. Like, I don't sit there going, yay, this is going to be so much fun. I sit there going, all right, I've planned, I've prepped, I've practiced, I know what I'm doing. Joe's asked me for a reason. This is why I'm here. He's heard me before. I've got this covered. Rosetto, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. Before I go up on the stage, I'm like, right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm not going to let it hold me back at all. Because at the end of the day, we've got to turn our cans into our can'ts. Our can'ts into our can. Go the other way. You've got to enhance your self-talk. You have to. And you've got to really think. It makes you stuck, procrastinate, live a small life, locked in your comfort zone and circle around and around and around in negative space. And you need to ask yourself, do I need that in my life anymore? Is it serving me for a purpose? Is it helping me in the first place? And I tell you what, the best way to look after this is in 3 steps. And don't beat yourself up if you hear yourself giving negative self-talk. 3 steps. Be aware of it. Notice it when it's happening and holding you back. And just please replace it with something more positive. Reframe it. Something more positive. Now, there's a way that you kind of go, in my mindset, if you hear the voices running around your head, is it your voice or is it someone else's voice? If it's someone else's voice, they're putting their map on the world onto you. That's not what you're saying about your life. You don't have to accept that. If it's your voice, reframe it, rethink it. Put yourself in a more positive step, because I love this slide. This is like my favorite. The most important words that you'll ever hear in your whole life are the words that you say to yourself about yourself. The most important words that you can hear is the words that you say to yourself about yourself. Don't let people put you in a box to say that you can do this and you can't do this. I go back to my school. My mum and dad and my teachers thought, you know what, year 10, send him to a trade. He's 16, send him to a trade. Put him in a trade. Sparky, builder, I love mechanical things. It's just what I used to do when I was a kid. And I'm like, no, I want to finish year 12. I want to continue on. Now, remember, we weren't at church at all here. And it's kind of like, you know, look where we've come now. That was their map of the world on me going, you know what, just drop out. Not in those dramatic words, but it's like, you know what, Mark, if you don't want to finish year 12, you don't really have to. You can do something else. No, I wanted to. And look where it's led me to now. Now, the fun part of this is, what is your mantra? What do you speak over your life on a daily basis? Okay? Because, like I've said, before I go on to presentations, before I do my videos, before I do lots of things, I have to psych myself up a little bit. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and things aren't so nice and you're a little bit down. And you've got to get yourself in the right headspace. Now, also be aware that your mantra can go on to other people. And this is the fun part. So in the UK, when I was working there, my boss was a real stress head. Like, it was a big team. We had a team of 10. It was lots going on, and she always stressed. Whether I was just the Aussie guy who was 23 and really lazy and just kept going, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Today's going to be a great day. I'm like, today's going to be a great day. Every day she used to stress. I'm like, oh, I nearly said her name. I would turn to her and go, today's going to be a good day. Don't stress. We've got the clients. She's like, yeah, but what about the leads? We need the leads to get the bookings, to get the phone calls. I'm like, today's going to be okay. It's going to be a great day. Now, the words that I was speaking over my life, which ended up going into her life, ended up getting a present from them. Now, anyone who's travelled to the UK for 2 years and are coming home, you know you've got a lot of baggage. Clothes, you've got lots of stuff to carry. So I get this towel, and I'm like, you know I live in Australia, right? It's a towel. I can get one from Kmart for like $10. They're like, no, open it. I'm like, okay, I will. Oh, gone the wrong way. Today's going to be a great day. And the best part about that, I've never actually used it. It's clean. I've had it for how long? How long have we been back for? 15 years. Is that, the best part about it is that, you know, over those 8 months of working there, that rubbed off on people. She's a stress head. If I would have let her influence me, she'd be dragging me down each day going, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard, I don't want to do this, it's so hard, the job's so hard. But I decided to go, no, I'm not going to accept it. I'm not accepting it. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to step into my day doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm not going to let your baggage get dumped on me, because today's going to be a great day, we're going to succeed, and it's all good. Now, in our bathroom, we have a little card which is the same as what you guys have here. What I want you guys to do, I want you to read this out with me at the same time. It's going to come up on screen, guys, so sorry, I should have said that first. Okay. Wait, start again. Let's go from here. So read after me. After me. Come on. Oh. I can do whatever I need to do through Christ. Let's read it at the same time. It'll go much faster. God loves me unconditionally. I'm not live in fear. I'm difficult to offend. I love people and enjoy helping them. Trust God completely and there's no need to worry. I am content and emotionally stable sometimes. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? God meets all my needs abundantly. I pursue peace at God, myself, and others. I live in the moment and enjoy. Presence, enjoy each moment. Told you my dyslexic was horrible. This for me is one of my big ones. It's just like, you know what? Just be present. Just be in the moment. Now, too young to have kids yet, but kids are really unpredictable and there's a lot of uncertainty. And there's times where they're just, but you know what? You just roll with it. There's times in work and life and everything else that you go through that, you know, it didn't turn out to plan, but you know what? Blessed are the flexible. Let's roll with it. There's 2 more left. Whoop. I'm disciplined and self-controlled. I put God first in my life. I've left a little bit of space underneath there for you to write your own, whatever that looks like to you, whatever verses that you want to have. Put it on your screensaver. Print it out, laminate it, put it in the shower, put it on your whiteboard at work, sticky tape it to your computer, whatever you need to do to keep reminding yourself and your mantra, I got this. You know, God is with me. He's with me all the time. I got this. I'm here for a purpose. I got this. Just speak it over your life, okay? You've got to speak it over your life. So that's the psychology of it all. Your body. Your body posture, your body language affects how others see us, but also can change the way we see ourselves, okay? So, how's your body posture when you step into situations? When you're going for a job or an interview, or you're meeting your boss, or you're connecting with people on a networking night, are you like walking in all like, you know, slum and kind of just going with the flow? If I hide at the back of the room, no one will talk to me. And I can say that I went to the event. I just went to the corner of the event, and I never really connected with anybody because it's a lot safer here instead. Or are you walking into a space being really confident? If you're a business owner, networking events is where your party's at, that you need to make sure that your presence is felt and that you're connecting with people. Because I can tell you now, it has a knock-on effect. If you can't talk to potential clients about what you're passionate about, you're never going to get the job. If you're not going to get the job, then you're never going to get paid. If you're not going to get paid, then you're never going to get what you wanted to have because you can't afford it because you don't want to talk to anyone in the first place. It's a knock-on effect. In business specifically, you're going to have to do the work and you have to position yourself in a way that you can make it work. Now, when it comes to communication, this is one of my most fascinating things, that 7% of it is the words that you say, 38% is the tone and vocal qualities, and 55% is your body language and posture. Now, Selena, in terms of on stage, if you were worshipping, you have an amazing voice. But if you were to sing like this, as a singer, and not really use the rest of you, as beautiful as the voice is, your actions, I love seeing you on stage jumping around. It's awesome because it really just gets you into, like, you can see your body language, you're just wholeheartedly in it. And it's just awesome to watch. So good on you. It's fantastic. What I love to see, if you're in business, not what I love to see, but in business, you know, if you're trying to run a business from your couch whilst watching X Factor on your phone, try and connect with your clients, that's not a good body posture position to be in. You know the saying, if anyone's done any sales and marketing, that you can hear a smile over the phone. In my case, I'm a walker and talker. I'm on the phone with my earplugs and I walk and I talk and I talk and walk, and my energy is lifted by walking around, and I'm using my hands and they can't even see me because I'm on the phone. But I will still get my body language in the right space. I have a stand-up desk now, and when I do my coaching, I do coaching via the webinar. I don't sit in my chair very much anymore because it just looks like I'm not taking them seriously. So I bought a stand-up desk. I love it. You just press the button, it comes up. It's like, this is so cool. So all of my coaching classes now are me standing up because I want to give them 100% of me, because it's not about what I say, it's about how I act and the expressions and the body language that I give. Just one last example. I love seeing athletes at a starting line. Oh, the Olympics is coming. No, Commonwealth Games is coming up pretty soon. And you just see, like, Usain Bolt. Gotta love him. You see him kneeling down. He'll do the same actions every single time. Hands are down, and you just see the eyes. And he has got his body in a position to win. Basketballers, footballers, tennis players, swimmers. if they were to record themselves, you would see them do the same action identical. You could layer it upon layer it upon layer it upon layer it exactly, and it'll be identical every single time, because that's the position to win. That's the position that they know with their mechanics. If they do it like this, I get the best results. So, on the other hand, how are you positioning yourself in the presence of God? Are you putting yourself, when the worship is up here and you come into church and you're listening to sermons, how are you getting your body in the position to receive God's gifts? Now, not judging anyone. Some people prefer to have their arms crossed. Some people prefer to sit back. I know on a Sunday, I've got no kids. So my natural position on a Sunday is sitting back with my arms crossed and just going, I'm just going to soak all of this up, which is nice. But I know within myself is when we're doing praise and the worship, and I'm trying to always do this, and Susanna always tells me off, if I've got my hand in my pocket and my coffee, and Selena's given all she's got, and I'm like, drink coffee. Where did we get those lights? Well, I haven't seen that before. Didn't they wear that last week? Like, I'm not in a position. I'm not setting myself up to receive. I'm not setting myself up to win. If I want to receive God's presence, He's like, Mark, come back when you're ready, because clearly you're not in the game. So I want to make sure that we're in the game. Okay, now talking about body language and position, we're going to do a quick little exercise at the same time. So what I'd love you to do is to pop your pens and paper down, okay? And I want you to stand up for me. Okay. We're going to do a little exercise. Now, the people at the back, you need a chair, because God's grace is kind of like a chair. And you're like, what does that mean? What it means is that I want you to stand really strong and powerful, whatever that looks like to you. I watched Wonder Woman the other day, so I'm going to do Wonder Woman. Really good movie. Right? So in life has got some good times and some not so good times. I want to make sure that you can feel the back of the chair with your legs behind you, because you will need it. Now, there is a little bit of exercise involved with this. So Bessie, unfortunately, you probably won't be able to partake in this with your knee, but just giving you a warning. If you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, then that's absolutely fine. Sit down if you need to. All right? But what I want you to do, when things are good, you're feeling strong, hey? You're feeling positive, you're up in the air, and you're like, you know what? I got this. But what happens is that sometimes we carry a little bit of weight with situations, circumstances, and just think, when I was at that church camp, I was carrying a lot of weight, and that weight brought me pain. So let's go down 45 degrees. Really sit back into it. Okay, welcome to pain. I want you to stay here with me. This is what it feels like with my speech on a daily basis. This how it was. I walked around, I could feel it in my legs, and it wasn't too comfortable, and I know it was there, and that was the excess weight that I was carrying around. But what happened, I had a situation that was overwhelming, and pain wasn't so bad after overwhelm. Come down with me further. All the way down. And I want you to sit with me here. Now, if you read my story, you'll understand that this is starting to hurt. This is the pain that you feel. This is disappointment. This is rejection. This is everything that you do not need in your life. And this is the part where it starts to burn. Put your hand up if you feel it burning. Are you in pain yet? Are you almost ready to sit? I don't want you to sit. I want you to stay there, because this is what it feels like when you are getting told that you're not good enough. This is what it feels like when it's painful and you're starting to strain and you can feel it in the back of your legs. But God's grace is like a chair. On the count of 3, I want you to sit down with me and experience what it feels like to take the pressure off your legs and your shoulders, and you're sitting down. So are you ready with me? We're going to go 1, stay with me, 2, 3. Oh. And just like that, God's grace is sufficient. Who can still feel it in their legs? You will always, I will always feel it. How's your heart racing? I will always feel it in my legs. Oh, jeez. That was a good one. You know, I will always feel it. It is always in the back of my mind, the hurt, the pain. But I tell you what, it says in Matthew 11:30, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." (1 Peter 5:7), "Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you." You know, my speech comes back to haunt me. I still think about it. But I can tell you what, that time at the camp, that was the weight that you don't feel in your legs now is the weight that I felt at 18. I really want you guys to step into 2018 without the weight of the world on your shoulders. The anxiety, the depression, the words that's spoken over your life, your circumstances, whatever that looks like to you. You don't have to carry that. It's not your responsibility. You've got to let go and let God take it, because His word says that for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So I'd like to invite the band up. So, we've covered a lot today, and sometimes the hardest part is taking the first step. But just know that you're not alone. I don't know about you, but I can still feel it in my legs now. Maybe I've been practicing a bit too much. Sometimes the pain is there. Sometimes you still feel it. The situations that you've gone through, the bumpy rides, whatever has been spoken over your life that you are good enough or you're not good enough, or the decisions that you're going to make. But it's time to step up and, you know, it's now January the 6th, 2018. You've got a lot of days in front of you for 2018. Don't step into 2018 and don't carry the same stuff. So, I want you guys to stand with me. You might want to shake out your legs. Okay? I want to also invite Pastor Joe and the leaders up to the front, because we're going to do a little prayer call for you in just a second. But before I do, I want you to get your body posture right. I want you to stand in a way that you are ready to receive. I want you to stand in a way Whatever that looks like to you, you can close your eyes now. Whatever that looks like to you, wherever it's your arms up, receiving a gift, I want you to stand with strength and power and know that God is on your side with an expecting heart. So that's your body. I want you to speak life into your life now. Your circumstance. I want you to ask God for clarity, direction, dreams. Speak into your situation. Be confident and ask for it. As we take this opportunity to change and make 2018 to accelerate into the year for breakthrough. If you feel that I'm talking to you, if you feel your heart racing, I'm talking to you. If you feel the thoughts going on in your mind about letting go and let God take over, I'm talking to you. The team are out here to pray with you, to support you, to help you every step of the way and to champion you on. If you want prayer, I'd please ask you to come up the front now. Stand in front of one of the leaders. When you're ready, come up at the front. And I want you to let go and let God take over whatever it is in your life. So as the music plays, God's got amazing grace and He wants you to have it. But you've got to get in the position to receive.
Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I found leaves 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Don't go into 2018 Don't go in the same way that you left 2017. Looking at your wheel, looking at your situations. I want to make 2018 a new year. I want you to step up. If you want to make a change, you have to do something different today to get a different result tomorrow. So if you're sitting there in your chair and you're standing there and you need a touch from God and you need to change direction, you need to be a moving ship, here is your chance to move. Give yourself an opportunity to stand up and give yourself an opportunity to come to the forward, and don't make 2018 the same. Lord God, I'd like to pray for all the young adults here that have come on this weekend. They've turned up and they are faithful, Lord God. I pray for their dreams. I pray for direction and I pray for clarity, Lord God. I pray that they can let go and let God just take over and take control in their life and give them direction. I pray that they continually to keep moving like a lamp unto our feet. I pray that you guide them every step of the way to make 2018 the year for them, that they can look back and you can look at them and go, you good and faithful service. You have done well, for I've given you much, and for much you have taken it and you've used it. Guys, it's your last opportunity. Come up the front, get the prayer, be the moving ship.
Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves 99. I couldn't don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, thank you for your love. Thank you for your love. deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, we praise you, Lord.
2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18 says, "So all of us who have had that veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord." It then says, "And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like Him as we are changed into His glorious image." You know, as a Christian, our worldview is not ever to remain the same. It needs to be at the center of our goals, at the center of our life, that we are to become more like Christ, from glory to glory to glory to glory. We can never let that glory fade. We have to get close with Him. You know, all of what Mark shared today, there are principles in that. You know, even if business isn't what you want to do in the future, it's people work, or it's ministry work, or it's family work, or it's something to do with you know, training people or something like that. Whatever it is, there's principles there, just like there are in the Word of God, that can be applied to every single aspect of your life. But from glory to glory, God wants to accelerate us in that, in becoming more like Him. That's who we've been called to be, is sons and daughters of God. And as we take hold of that, as we declare that, just like, you know, Mark went through some things that we can declare over our lives, as we do that, it realigns, it transforms, it sets us up for success. And God wants us to be successful. And remember last year, those of you that came to a retreat, the word from God was abundance, and that, you know, us being lesser or having less does not glorify God. Even with the little that we have, we can choose to live with the mentality, as we can this year, choose to live with a new mentality, which then glorifies God. So good. Can we thank Mark for what he invested into us this morning? That was fantastic. Thank you so much. And before we leave for lunch and go hang out in South Bank, I want us to honor the band in just a moment and our tech guys, because every session they have to come here early. They have to practice. Before retreat, they had to practice and learn even the new songs that they've blessed us with. And so I want us to put our hands together and really honor them for the extra work that they do. Thank you very much. And we do appreciate it. It means a lot, because we get the benefit, don't we? So good. So good. Awesome. Well, have a fantastic lunch. Make sure you're back here at 5:30. We've got heaps of canapes and mocktails again tonight and drinks. It's going to be a fantastic night. We've got Joel Shaw. It's going to be a massive encounter night. And if you know someone who's a young adult, get them to come along tonight to the last session. They will be blessed, definitely. So God bless. Enjoy your afternoon.